Coming from Estonia, which is a tiny, tiny country up in the northern Europe, and when people, it's not so easy to remember my name, so I was thinking of association, how it's easy to remember, and I created my own logo. It's based on Honda, and the slogan is "Power of Dreams," and actually one of my friends suggested that I should also change the slogan and say "The Dreams of Power." I'm a journalist, a researcher, I'm a marketing consultant and conference producer, and unlike most of the presentations earlier today and yesterday, I'm going to focus on the marketing aspect of mobile and apps. So I'm not an IT guy, and I try to think of things look at things from the marketing perspective. Briefly, what we do is that our company is based in Estonia and partly in London, UK, and we monitor constantly over 200 digital marketing award shows across the world. The big ones, including Cannes Lions and Clios, and also the small ones from countries like Hong Kong or Argentina or Czech Republic. And then, based on these winning works, we dig deeper. Because if advertising agencies submits the case study to the award show, it's called advertising for advertising. And the case study is written and produced in order to impress the judges. But my background is journalism, and I'm always, I want to find out the truth. So what we do is that we look at these case studies, we try to dig deeper, we interview authors, we interview the clients and competitors, and we try to find out, did it really work? Was it really successful? And also make some critical analysis of these case studies. And based on the findings, we have different programs. We have trainings for companies based on case studies. We have some open conferences. We have done it in over 30 countries already. And we also wrote a book just a few months ago containing 30 of the case studies. And I do have a few copies with me as well. So later we maybe have some Q&A, so I can give a free copy to the person who asks the best question or ask any question at all. So you can be, it's a bit of a motivation. This program, I tried to build it around the branded apps, because if you look at the charts of the most downloaded apps, you see mostly games, you see utilities for Facebook and Google and Dropbox and similars. But in top 100, I think there is almost no branded apps, if you don't consider Disney as branded app, because entertainment is usually very popular. But if you think of other companies, then you don't see branded apps in tops. When we talk about mobile marketing, this is another issue, is that in the digital age or in the mobile age, it's a little bit even old-fashioned to talk about mobile marketing, because there's no mobile marketing anymore. There's marketing in a mobile age. And this is a chart I found. It's actually already 1 year old. It's from October last year. And it shows that top 100 brands by the chart, the Brand Z chart of the most appreciated brands. Out of 100, almost 92 were present in App Store, and 75 were present in Google Play. So the brands are there, but they are not very successful. 90% of branded apps have fewer than 10,000 downloads. So somehow brands are really struggling with apps. And obviously, one of the reasons is that apps are something that people voluntarily download, and mobile is a very personal device. And they don't really download an app that is intrusive, that is full of this brand bullshit, sorry my French. And they really, brands struggle to make the apps really useful, and that's why I think this is one of the main reasons why they have not been successful. And I'll show you some examples later. So mobile app is actually not a marketing tactic. Very often marketing departments think that Well, we need to be everywhere. We need to have a Facebook profile. We have to be on Twitter. We need to have an app because it's fashionable. Everybody has an app. Let's have an app too. And there are so many small and even bigger companies who offer that service. And they create an app, but they somehow forget that the app per se is not a goal. The app is actually has to be a part of a strategy, and it has to be directly associated with a brand's strategy and vision. So this is the main issue, I think, why there's not enough branded apps in a top chart. But let's look at some successful examples from different categories. And earlier today there was a lot of talk about wearables. And I found an interesting case that fits into that category as well. It's actually the most awarded mobile app case from this year. It won Grand Prix in Cannes Lions Festival, which is the most prestigious advertising festival in France, with tens of thousands of agencies participating. And this is for Nivea, the old German cosmetics brand. And Nivea Sun Kids is a suntan lotion for the kids, obviously. And they found a background that all parents worry about protecting their kids' delicate skin from the sun, and that's a really big issue, especially with the skin cancer and other very dangerous diseases being so prevalent today. And there is another interesting insight that if you are on the beach with a family, kids tend to run away. So this is one of the biggest worries, especially in a big public beaches like Copacabana in Rio, that you lose your child. The child may just disappear, but the child also may run into the water and eventually drown. So it's a big issue, especially with the smaller kids. And Nivea, knowing that, they decided to build a solution, a marketing solution based on these insights. And the brand promise, Nivea Sun Kids, it's all about protection. So it's the DNA of the brand, protection. And the main challenge of the campaign, or the main goal of the campaign, was to win new consumers for Nivea Sun Kids, so drive the sales. And reinforce the main attribute of Nivea Sun Kids, protection. Also, Nivea is famous, especially in Brazil, for different very innovative solutions, and this particular one was utilized a few years ago. It's actually a part of a magazine that works as a solar battery. So people on the beach were able to use this sheet from the magazine to charge the batteries of their phone. So Nivea already has a reputation of being very innovative when it comes to technology. So here's the case film that the agency produced, and take a look. It explains it very well. So what they did was that they used a local magazine in Rio area, and printed 3,000 copies of a special bracelet that was enabled by Bluetooth, and put it in the page of the magazine. And this bracelet then, when it was activated with an iPhone app, then monitored the range, how far the child actually was from the parent. So it worked as a kind of a child monitoring tool. And And as a result of this, for the first time, Nivea Sun Kids became a sales leader in Rio area with a 62% of increase. However, they had several other marketing activities as well, so it was not only because of that particular app. They had other activities as well. Then the main benefit of the campaign obviously was the PR coverage. It was featured in many press articles and digital ones. It won in different award shows, so they actually got a lot of buzz, and that buzz helped to build the brand. So it's even, I think, fair to say that the experiment, they actually printed only 3,000 copies of that ad with a bracelet. So the number of people who were directly exposed to this solution was very small. So Rio is a huge city, so 3,000 bracelets is not a big number. But by cleverly utilizing the innovation or innovative effect, they were able to create a lot of buzz out of that. And that actually was even helping them more than the product itself. And actually 80% or 8 in every 10 people who got or received the ad downloaded the app as well. So the activation rate was very, very high. And even this bracelet even became the object of desire. So they still receive requests. So it became like a fashion item even. So the key learning here is that they really understood the problem, that the parents are worried about their kids. They want to protect their, and the brand promise of Nivea Sun Kids was protection. So it really was in harmony with the brand promise and reinforced the message that was important. So that's really something that every marketer should think about. And the judges in Cannes Lions said that we love that it was the perfect marriage between the right media, delivering the right utility, right brand message, right time, and right place. So everything was right. And what the judges also loved was the marriage between old media, such as print, and mobile, the most innovative media. So it is a good mix of it. So few critical issues here. First, I don't know about the Brazil, but I think in the US it would not have been possible to launch it because of the legal issues. Can you imagine a parent losing the child, then the child wearing the bracelet, and then later accusing Nivea for providing malfunctioning product? Because, you know, Bluetooth is, it's my personal opinion, but I think that Bluetooth is not the most reliable technology in the world. So it's still not 100% reliable. And even though, you know, it was positioned as an ad or a experiment, still there was a threat that some people may accuse the brand for providing a malfunctioning piece of technology. So this is one really kind of issue here, and the bad PR could have been even worse than the positive PR they got from this solution. But anyway, they were successful. They were able to increase the sales. They won the biggest advertising award in Cannes Lions. And many people, including myself, travel around the world and show this case. So it definitely helps to build a Nivea brand. And when I talked to the guys in Brazil a few weeks ago, they said that they are now planning to export this solution to several other markets as well. So Brazil was just a test market for it. All right, the next one, app as a PR tool. So we first saw that, you know, app as a part of a wearable device. Another area where apps can be utilized, branded apps can be utilized, is a PR. Or if the brand has a problem with the image, then they can use apps to overcome the issue. And this particular example comes from Australia. McDonald's is another world famous brand. In Australia, they're called Maccas. so it's a nickname. And they are big, like everywhere in Australia. They are big too. They have over 780 restaurants in Australia. They employ over 85,000 people there. But like in many other countries, even today, 50% of the Australians don't believe that McDonald's is using good ingredients. As you know, McDonald's have been attacked many times in the past, and you know, there's a lot of theories of conspiracy accusing them of using bad ingredients, and then of course everybody knows that if you eat burger every day, you become extremely fat, and you eventually they may kill you. So they definitely have a PR problem. So, but the goal of McDonald's was to let consumers know that the food they're using is good, high quality, and it comes from local farmers. And of course, traditional way of overcoming this problem would have been, you know, broadcasting the message saying that eat our burgers, we are good. Eat our burgers, we use only local ingredients, or we use the ingredients from the local farmers. But the problem with such kind of messages is that if it comes from a big global brand, nobody believes it. So people have a natural distrust towards the global big brands. And the only way to overcome it is to have a little bit different approach, and that's why this McDonald's campaign was good. So they launched the app Track My Mac app.